Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the DJI Phantom 3 Professional. This product has been on the market for a little over a year. In fact, the Phantom 4 has already launched. You may be asking yourself, why would I unbox the Phantom 3 Pro? It's a much better value. The Phantom 4 is priced at $1,400 US, much like this one was back when it launched a year ago. However, you can find this for nearly half the price. So in theory, you could actually buy two for the price of one brand new Phantom 4. I'm not going to get into the improvements. There are some, I would say, significant improvements in the Phantom 4, but the Phantom 3 Pro is still one of the best drones on the market today. With that said, let's get into the unboxing. 4K camera with a gimbal, of course, micro SD card slot. You have light bridge technology, which is going to give you a little over about 1.25 miles of range of flight, which is really impressive. You will need to register this with the FAA. You may even want to take out insurance, and that's if you're just using this as a hobbyist, not for commercial use. That's a whole nother league. GPS on board. This works with iOS and Android devices alike. There's a mount you'll see on the controller, and roughly 23 minutes of flight time. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and crack this open. So as many of you that know already that follow my channel, the last drone, or the drone I had been using, was a Parrot Bebop drone. This, of course, another league altogether, because we're now working with something that garners a professional label, and for good reason. It is, with its range and 4K video capability, exactly that. The other thing to note is that another good value, even though I'm not unboxing it today, is the Phantom 3 itself, but I wouldn't recommend the Phantom 3 over the Pro simply because there are too many reasons to go for the Pro. Light bridge being the most important with the range, and also 4K versus 2.7K for me isn't even an argument, or I should say discussion. So the first thing out of the box that we see is an instruction manual. By the way, DJI does not recommend this product for anyone under the age of 18, and, well, it's fairly obvious why. This thing could almost just about kill someone. I'm not going to get into the paperwork, although that's important. You do want to focus on learning how to fly this drone. This is not an instructional video, clearly, but you definitely want to pay close attention on how to use this, and use this responsibly at that. Let's get the cardboard out of the way. And there it is. You can see we've got the Phantom Pro 3. No propellers attached yet. I believe they include 2 pairs. I'm going to get to that, but let's take a look at the controller first. And you can see the controller has a mount right here for your tablet or smartphone of choice. It will adopt to the form of just about any device that you plan to put on there. And remember, iOS and Android both are compatible, even though the box clearly states designed for Apple products, basically, for iPads and iPhones. And in terms of controller use, just so you know what you're looking at here, for those of you who've never seen this before, you've got your video capture button here. These two controls, essentially, one is for altitude and the other is for direction. You have a power button as well as a return to home button. Then you have control of the gimbal and the camera itself using these knobs, and then your actual mode that you're in using this switch right here, and then playback, and I believe this captures stills. I'm pretty sure, fairly sure. This is my first DJI Phantom, for those of you that are wondering, so I'll be giving all of you feedback on just exactly how much of a learning curve there is with this product. If that is what's daunting to you, you're going to find out the truth from me. I can assure you of that. Let's get the Phantom. Actually, I'll leave the Phantom for last. Let's see what else we got in here. These feel like they are the propellers, and that would make sense. Now remember, as I said earlier, DJI provides you with 2 sets because they know that inherently at some point you're going to need some backups. And yep, that's exactly what we've got here. So we've got a total of 8 propellers. They are self-locking. You go ahead and just drop it on, spin it, and it mounts. That's pretty much it. Let me move along to the next item, which is going to be, let's see what we've got here. I may actually have to take the Phantom out first. Let's see what's in here. All of our cables for charging. No surprise there. Again, I mentioned that the battery gets roughly 23 minutes of flight time. In fact, I've been reading that even though the Phantom 4 is supposed to get more flight time, some users are reporting more flight time with this. So this is the wall connector to the charger right here that you're going to be using to charge the battery directly. And then we have some micro to standard USB cables. This is the charger right here that connects to the battery, which you're going to see in a moment. Go ahead and put that aside. Last but not least, before we get to the Phantom itself, and I move this box out of the way altogether, let's see what's in here. We've got some additional parts. It looks like dampeners for the gimbal system. That's what it appears to be, at least. Again, my first Phantom. So, and that's the thing, you know, at this price point, I really can't imagine a much better drone for anyone who's interested in the hobby and getting their feet wet. Granted, still very expensive, even if you find it for the price I did, which again, roughly half of the current pricing for the Phantom 4. I paid, this was $6.99 for this. So still expensive. Don't misunderstand me for a moment as I try to get this out gracefully. But nowhere near, again, twice the price, the $1,400 you would be looking at for the Phantom 4. So here it is. You've got some gold stickers here. There are stickers that are included. I did not bring those out. Those really are not what I'm at least excited about. We've got the gimbal system right there with some protective plastic to keep it right in place. A little piece of plastic over the 4K camera. And there is your micro SD card slot right above my thumb. And from what I've seen, the video is very good on this. Very similar to what I get with my DJI Osmo. So I know what to expect there. The battery is right here. It's already pre-installed. You can see if you touch this, it'll tell you how much charge you have. So right now we're at the lowest level as per the LEDs that light up. Full charge will show you all of them. And I'm not sure exactly on the charge time, but batteries are expensive. You're looking at 100 to 120, so keep that in mind before you jump on board with this drone. You are going to want to pick up some extra batteries as well as a carrying case. DJI does make a custom case for this. It retails for $130. That was another item that I was able to get on sale, luckily, which did make picking this up all that, you know, the more interesting. I won't say affordable because it's still a very expensive system, no question. Micro USB connection right there with its rubber cover, and that's pretty much it. You know, on the bottom you've got bracers to protect the gimbal system on landing. I've seen optional accessories to buffer that even more. Piece of styrofoam right here holding the gimbal system in place beyond the plastic, holding the camera in place. We have LEDs also all around the drone right here on every part in order to let you know what battery life is doing from afar, so that you know, obviously you can't touch this to see what battery life is doing. You can monitor it on the device you're using to operate it, but DJI has always incorporated lighting into their Phantom products in order to let users know where things are exactly at when it comes to battery life, because they don't want the drone obviously falling out of the sky. But there you have it. There are also buttons on the back of the controller I forgot to mention, and that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I didn't cover, but excited to finally have one of these you know, on the table for all of you that are interested in drones. This is clearly a jump or a giant leap from the Parrot Bebop 2.0, and that's exactly what I was looking for. I knew that if I was going to buy another drone, it was going to have to be the right price, right performance, and that's exactly what the Phantom Pro 3, in my opinion, strikes exactly. Whereas the 4, again, at $1,400, may be a fantastic product, but it's up in a range that I simply am not willing to take the risk on crashing, destroying, and these things are becoming particularly hard to cover with warranties, the third-party warranties like Square Trade, by the day, and that's because more and more people destroy them and then look to get reimbursed when it really is not on the insuring company. But that pretty much covers my unboxing of the Phantom 3 Pro. Any questions or comments, feel free to post them. As usual, hit that like button and please feel free to subscribe. Later.